Hey everybody, how's it going today? It's finally Friday. Happy Friday. Thank God for that. The weekend is upon us. It's gonna go too quick, I'm sure. So I flipped over my compost bin, pile, whatever you want to call it. Actually, dryer tumbler. And like I said, it was always sinking down. But man, that's the bottom of it, and that's grass. So, I mean, there's some black stuff. It's starting to kind of turn into dirt a little bit, but it's not as fruitful as I thought it would be. I guess maybe I should be turning it over. Who knows? That's a lot of work, though. I think I'm just gonna make a bigger one and, you know, start leaving crap for a couple years. Somebody said, you know, put weight on top of it, heavier stuff in the wintertime, so it just kind of squishes down. But who knows? There was a little mole wandering around in there. That's why I keep looking at this for a minute, hoping he'd pop his head out. Little baby mole. So I just jacked up his house, because that's going to stay up on the hill now. Because it's, I want it out of the water. It's moving, comes all the way down through here and passes that way. So that might have something to do with it too. Anyways, so today, another beautiful day, comparison wise. It's, I believe it's almost 50 degrees out. It's really cloudy, so the sun's not out. It's starting to go down anyways. So I started working on the shoring up of the garden. So I took the sticks and knocked them down, put some edges on them like that. That one's pretty small on that end anyway, so it doesn't really need to be cut down. So I should be able to drive that in with no problem. So cut those down, and then show you over here to the garden, or future garden area. I don't know, would you call it a garden if nothing's growing in it yet except weeds? I don't know. Either way, my garden area. So I drove those in along the top, and then I'll go down here for a different view of it. So I didn't get a lot, I got a little. So at first they were long enough, they actually went across the whole top, but it was really difficult to get anything to line up, even semi-decent like that, to make it actually kind of a wall. Everything was so gapped, dirt would have just flown through it. So I cut them in half and put 2 stakes in the middle, so that's how it'll be going all the way. There'll be another one and then another one, like that. So it doesn't look that pretty yet, but I bet you by the time I'm done I'll have this mastered. So, and then back up here. So yeah, I pounded those in probably a third of the way, and they seemed to hold pretty strong, so I think they'll work good for years to come. It's just the initial work involved. It's not that much work, but it's enough after a long winter of being lazy and doing nothing. So, and then the cross pieces, these are what I'm using. I have no idea what kind of wood it is, but it grows everywhere and very quickly. It's very overwhelming. That's what's all in the front here of this stuff. And it's got thorns all over the whole thing. So that's always fun too, to cut that down. But they're live, and I'm taking them down anyways, just because they're taking over my backyard, my campfire area. So they're flexible, so they'll work, and there's a lot of them. So that's what I'll be using. Yeah, I have no idea what kind of wood it is, tree it is. I'm not good at that kind of knowledge. I want to be, I definitely want to be. It's crazy. I look at, I'll look in books, or like I'll go to the nature center, like Letchworth. I just went to Letchworth recently for my hunter safety course. Yeah, at my age, having to take my hunter safety course, but I'm just getting started. So, but I went down there, and they got examples, and they got, you go outside on the trails, and they got a bunch of trees marked. This is, black walnut. This is, that, and which is great, but it's not my yard. So by the time I get back home, I look at that tree and I'm like, yep, that's a tree. So someday I'd like to have somebody come out and hang out and wander the woods and say, hey, this is what this is, and this is what this is, and so then I can go back to that tree and be like, oh yeah, this is what he was talking about. So tree knowledge would be great. It's one of the many things I want to learn. So, all right, well, I just want to give you an update for today. I'm actually did a little bit of physical labor today. It's crazy, I know. And got at least one little section. There's a lot more little sections to go, but once I dig it out this year, I got all the way until winter to get that done, because I can always do whatever I don't get done before the season, before I plant. I can do after I plant. Obviously, I'm not going to go traipsing through there and smashing sticks into the ground while I got some vegetables growing. But plenty of time, as long as I get her done before winter. So, but wanted to get it started at least, giving a good example of what the plan is, and go from there. All right. Everybody have a great weekend. See you.